So let's be careful, as I said last time, that we are not misunderstanding the part when he says, not like the one. Okay? The covenant's not different. The participants are going to hopefully behave different. He's not saying this one is a different covenant because, well, they broke it, so let me make it easier for them. Or they broke it, so let me take apart the way that they stumbled on. No, he said they broke it, and now we're going to get them to the place where they're ready to keep it. The part we're talking about now in this covenant series is the idea of the prophetic redemption, restoration that's connected with covenant. And we're seeing Yeshua connected into these things. Because that's what we've been talking about now for the past couple of 2 or 3 parts, is seeing the redemptive aspect of covenant. Because he made the covenant, and now he's saying, look, I'm going to restore them, bring them back together, renew the covenant, and we're going to heal the breaches. So people say, well, we're in the new covenant now. Well, not exactly, okay? We're in the process of getting there. As he's calling out his remnant and he's doing things with us and writing on some people's hearts. But what he's talking about here is connected to verse 34, and so that has not happened yet. And so, no, we are not actually complete. Now, people say, but it says, Yeshua said, drink, this is the blood, this is like blood of the new covenant. Well, it has to do with leading into something. It doesn't mean that it's actually taken place yet. It's the beginnings, it's the startings, the initial parts of. Whatever metaphor works for you, it's something that's started but not yet completed. He has a covenant just with the Levites that he talks about in many places. There was a covenant he made with the earth and with all peoples, with the rainbow in the sky, not to do another flood. There are lots of covenants that are in place, but this is talking about the relational covenant with saying he is our Elohim and we are his people. That covenant has never changed in the elements within it. The elements are very simple. He says, we do. So he's going to give us shepherds to help us to do that. Oh, there we go again. It's not just the Ruach doing it. There's going to be teachers. He said, I will give you teachers, shepherds, according to my heart. By the way, it's not just according to his heart to give you the shepherds. He's going to find shepherds who are doing according to his heart, who have his heart. And they shall feed you. Oh, we don't want to be fed by man. I'm sorry, but it's not your choice, it's his choice. Yahweh says that this thing, when it goes into your heart, you don't get to change it, you get to embrace it. You get to embrace it, not change it. So you own it from the point of view that you possess it inside of you, so you have possession of it, but you don't own it where you have any authority over it. You brought it into you in so that it can have authority over you. Not the other way around. You've embraced it and brought it in so it can have authority over you. Now notice it doesn't go to the women or the children because the leadership has to take the blame. Men, own your role. If your house is not in order, own it. But you don't know my wife, doesn't matter. It's your wife. Some of the wives are like, but you don't know my husband. Well, you picked him. Everybody's got to elevate their game. We have to become more Yeshua-like. We have to become men of Yisrael, not brutes of Israel or limp, weak, whatever men of Israel. We have to become men of Yisrael. He's angry and in great wrath and rage. Why? He says, because I gave you everything, and you still refuse to submit to my authority. I know you guys are exhausted about hearing the same thing over and over again. It's the same problem everywhere in scriptures. We will not submit to him, or any authority for that matter. We have a horrible time with submission. And it's a human condition you see all the way back to the beginning. So when he says turning aside from him, what is he talking about? The literal understanding of you will agree to obey my voice. See, what happens is you hear his voice, then your voice gets involved, and you manipulate things. You start bending things. You start twisting things to your convenience and your preference. That is not sticking with him. That is turning aside. maybe not completely leaving him, because you think, well, I still believe in him. Yeah, but you believe in you more than him because you're bending and twisting his word. Let's be careful with this when we look at the word covenant, because as we're getting closer to the Brit, to the renewed covenant, to the verses starting in Matthew going towards Revelation, we're talking about the renewing of what was given in Exodus 19, the same context being that it's with Israel, about being his people, and him being their Elohim and obeying his voice. Amen? Okay, there's no replacement. Yes, they blew it, but he says, but they're still the ones I'm going to do it with. They broke it. Let's rephrase that. Saying they blew it means that it's done and they blew it, it's over. No, they broke it, they didn't blow it. In other words, it's still about Israel and Yahweh. The cool thing is, everybody can become part of Israel.